You need to hear this if you're a travel enthusiast. We're about to get real practical, real quick with this one. Whether you're a seasoned backpacker or just trying to stretch your vacation days, this one's for you. We're talking Southeast Asia, one of the most incredible corners of the world, and how to experience it without emptying your wallet. We're diving into the real deal tips and tricks, the kind of insider knowledge that can turn a good trip into an unforgettable adventure. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to be a budget travel ninja. Alright, first things first. If you're serious about saving money in Southeast Asia, ditch the Uber habit right now. Those air-conditioned taxis might seem tempting after a long flight, but trust me, they're going to eat up your budget faster than you can say pad thai. We're talking about local buses, trains, ferries. These are your new best friends. A bus ride across Bangkok might cost you $1, maybe $2 max. That same trip in a taxi, $5, $10, even $15 depending on traffic. Local transportation isn't just cheaper, it's an experience in itself. You're crammed in with locals, chickens, maybe even a goat or two. It's chaotic, it's vibrant, it's real. Plus you get a front row seat to the real Southeast Asia, the one most tourists never see. Download a transportation app, grab a local SIM card with data, more on that later, and you'll be navigating those buses and trains like a pro in no time. Just remember to keep an eye on your belongings, be respectful of the local culture, and don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Seriously, embrace the chaos. It's part of the adventure. Please like and subscribe if you're getting some value out of this video. It really helps our channel out. Let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, food, specifically street food. And no, I'm not talking about overpriced food trucks selling gourmet tacos. I'm talking about the real deal. The smoky stalls piled high with steaming bowls of noodles, the sizzling skewers of mystery meat, the colorful displays of tropical fruits you can't even pronounce. This isn't just a cheap eat, it's a cultural immersion. You'll find the best flavors, the most authentic dishes, and the friendliest faces all in one place. Plus, you'll save a ton of money. We're talking a full meal for a couple of bucks, sometimes even less. Imagine this, a heaping plate of pad thai bursting with flavor for $1.50, a mountain of fragrant chicken rice for less than $1. Freshly squeezed mango juice so good it'll make you want to slap your mama, figuratively of course. Just look for the stalls with the longest lines. That's usually a good sign. And hey, if you're feeling really adventurous, hit up a night market. Okay, let's talk about where you're going to rest your head after a long day of exploring. Forget about those fancy hotels with their infinity pools and room service. We're going budget, remember? And in the world of budget travel, hostels are king. Hostels aren't just for gap year students and backpackers. They're a melting pot of travelers from all walks of life, all brought together by a shared desire for adventure and a tight budget. You can snag a dorm bed in a prime location for like $5 a night. That's less than a cup of coffee back home. Plus, hostels are a goldmine for meeting fellow travelers, swapping stories, and getting insider tips on the best local spots. You might even find yourself a travel buddy for the rest of your trip. And hey, if you're really craving some privacy, most hostels offer private rooms at a fraction of the cost of a hotel. So you can still have your own space without breaking the bank. Just imagine the stories you'll tell. Listen up, this is where things get strategic. We're talking about timing, baby. See, Southeast Asia, like most places, has a peak season when everyone and their mother decides to visit. Prices skyrocket, crowds are unbearable, and good luck finding a decent place to stay. But here's the thing, there's a secret window, a sweet spot, known as the shoulder season. This is the time right before and after peak season when the weather is still good, the crowds are thinner, and prices haven't gone completely insane. For Southeast Asia, think April to June or September to October. You'll still get that sunshine, you'll still have an amazing time, but your wallet will thank you. Traveling during the off-season has its perks too. You might encounter some rain, but you'll also find cheaper prices, quieter attractions, and a more authentic experience. Sometimes the best adventures happen when you least expect them. Alright, let's talk about staying connected in the digital age. I know, the last thing you want to do on vacation is be glued to your phone. But let's be real. In this day and age, staying connected is essential, especially when you're traveling in a foreign country. And the absolute worst thing you can do is rely on your home country's international roaming plan. Those things are designed to bankrupt you faster than you can say data overage. The solution? Local SIM cards, my friends. These little pieces of plastic are your ticket to staying connected on a budget. We're talking about a few bucks for a SIM card loaded with data and call credit, enough to last you your entire trip. Just make sure your phone is unlocked before you leave home. Getting a local SIM card is easier than ever. Alright, let's talk about everyone's least favorite part of travel planning: booking flights. I know it can be a real pain in the you-know-what, especially when you see those prices fluctuating more than the stock market. But here's the thing. Booking flights doesn't have to be a soul-crushing experience. In fact, with a little bit of know-how and a lot of patience, you can actually snag some pretty sweet deals. The key is to be flexible. Flexible with your dates, flexible with your destinations, even flexible with your airlines. The more flexible you are, the better your chances of finding a bargain. And here's another pro tip. Start searching for flights early. Like really early. Airlines tend to release their cheapest seats first, so the earlier you book, the better your chances of snagging a deal. And don't be afraid to use those flight comparison websites and apps. Just make sure you clear your cookies or use a VPN to avoid those pesky price hikes. Finding cheap flights is a marathon, not a sprint. Alright, let's talk about technology, because let's face it, our phones are basically extensions of our hands these days. And when it comes to budget travel, there are a ton of apps out there that can save you time, money, and a whole lot of headaches. We're talking about apps for finding cheap accommodations, scoring deals on activities, even translating those confusing menus. First up, you need a good flight and accommodation booking app. Think Skyscanner, Kayak, Hostel World, Agoda. These apps let you compare prices from different airlines and hotels, set price alerts, and even book directly through the app. Next, you'll want an app for navigating your way around. Google Maps is a classic, but Maps.me is another great option, especially if you're worried about using up all your data. And of course, no travel app arsenal would be complete without a good translation app. Trust me, these apps are about to become your new best friends on the road. Alright, let's talk about maximizing your time and minimizing your spending. See, one of the biggest expenses when you're traveling is accommodation. But what if I told you there's a way to get from point A to point B while simultaneously catching some Z's? Enter overnight buses and trains. These bad boys are a budget traveler's secret weapon. Not only do they save you a night's accommodation, but they also allow you to wake up in a new destination, ready to explore. Now, I'm not gonna lie, overnight travel isn't always the most glamorous experience. You might be crammed into a bunk bed with questionable bedding, and the constant rocking and shaking might not be the most conducive to a good night's sleep. But hey, it's all part of the adventure, right? Plus, there are ways to make the experience a little more bearable. Pack an eye mask and earplugs to block out the light and noise, bring a comfy travel pillow, and dress in layers so you can adjust to the temperature. Just imagine waking up to the sunrise over the rice paddies or the jungle. Alright, let's talk about one of the most essential skills you need to master when traveling in Southeast Asia: bargaining. And no, I'm not talking about politely asking for a discount, I'm talking about full-on, no-holds-barred haggling. See, in many parts of Southeast Asia, bargaining is a way of life. It's not considered rude, it's expected. And if you're not careful, you'll end up paying double, triple, even quadruple the going rate. The key to successful bargaining is to be confident, respectful, and a little bit cheeky. Start by offering a price that's significantly lower than what you're willing to pay. The vendor will counter, you'll counter back, and so on and so forth. Don't be afraid to walk away if you're not happy with the price. Chances are the vendor will chase after you with a better offer. Remember, bargaining is all about having fun and getting a good deal. Alright, let's talk about everyone's favorite word: free. Because let's face it, who doesn't love free stuff? Especially when you're traveling on a budget. And one of the best ways to explore a new city without spending a dime is to join a free walking tour. These tours are a great way to get your bearings, learn some history, and discover hidden gems you might not have found on your own. Plus, they're usually led by local guides who are passionate about their city and eager to share its secrets with you. You can find free walking tours in most major cities in Southeast Asia. Just look for signs advertising free walking tours or ask at your hostel or guest house. It's a win-win situation. So there you have it, my friends. 10 budget hacks that will help you experience the magic of Southeast Asia without breaking the bank. Remember, traveling on a budget isn't about sacrificing comfort or experiences. It's about being resourceful, adventurous, and open to new experiences. Embrace the chaos, try new things, and don't be afraid to haggle like your life depends on it. And most importantly, have fun. Traveling is all about creating memories that will last a lifetime, and those memories don't have to come with a hefty price tag. Now get out there and explore the world, one budget-friendly adventure at a time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more travel tips and guides.